The presidential campaign, nasty from the start, featuring two candidates with historically high disapproval ratings, is finally coming to an end. Major Garrett and Nancy Cordes are here with us. They've been covering the campaigns from the start. Nancy, what was Clinton's closing argument today?
Well, her closing message, Scott, was that she wanted to get beyond that nastiness and try to unify the country. She said she would make it a priority as president. And Donald Trump, she argued, has run a very divisive candidacy and would be a very divisive president. Here's how she put it to supporters outside Grand Rapids, Michigan this afternoon.
When your kids and your grandkids ask you in the future what you did in 2016 when everything was on the line, you'll be able to say you voted for a stronger, fairer, better America where we build bridges, not walls.
Clinton argues that she has a reputation for building consensus when she was in the Senate and that she could do it in the White House too, Scott.
Nancy Garrett, thank you very much. Nancy Cordes, thank you very much. On to Major Garrett. After all these months, you think I would be able to get that straight. Major, what was Trump's close today? How did he try to wrap it up with the voters?
Scott, the closing argument is this. Everyone in American political life not supporting Donald Trump is some combination of stupid, corrupt, or weak. And in the case of his Democratic rival, Hillary Clinton, Trump argues vigorously she is all three. He also lays before his supporters this proposition: if you want change, I'm not the best change agent in America, I'm the only change agent. Someone with political clout and celebrity status sufficient to beat the special interests in Washington at their own game. It is a nationalist, populist, and conservative argument that Trump found very resonant responses from his supporters. The key question is, are there enough of those supporters to push him over the top?
Nancy, as everyone knows, there are 13 very closely divided states. We call them the battleground states. How does Clinton feel about those tonight?
I'd say the campaign feels confidently determined, Scott. It feels a lot like the atmosphere around the Obama operation in 2012, which isn't entirely surprising because it's a lot of the same people. They are very data-driven. They have a strategy. It's been in place for a long time. They know what they need to do to win, and if they execute the strategy properly, they win. In fact, a couple of days ago, I was talking to Marlon Marshall, who is the director of state campaigns, and I asked him if he's feeling a little more nervous this week than he was last week because of the tightening polls. He said, "You're assuming that I'm nervous at all," and I'm not.
Major, Donald Trump almost has to sweep the table of the battleground states. How do they feel about that prospect?
Scott, tomorrow they're going to be looking at a number of states, obviously, but Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire loom the largest for the Trump campaign. Also out west, Colorado and Nevada. I was talking to a senior Trump advisor. I said, wait a minute, the early vote in Nevada is running way against you. You have to break the mold to get back in the game in Nevada. He told me the mold is already broken. We just don't know by how much.
Major Garrett, Nancy Cordes on election eve, thank you both.